Hello and Happy New Year. So today is December 31st. You might be able to hear the fireworks going off. So there could be some ambient noise if my microphone is not um, if my microphone is not muting it out. I had to make sure that it was on. I recorded a video earlier and the microphone was on mute. So anyway, it was a test. It was one of those testing, just seeing how the spread was working. Um, so this video is a video for the collective, and it's not directed at any one sign. It's just the energies that I'm picking up, and it's going to be directed towards the energies for the upcoming year. And I went ahead and drew 3 oracle cards from the Talisman Oracle. And we have resilience, rebirth, and karmic justice, which is, I think this is an amazing spread in of itself, by itself. Resilience, this card speaks to our abilities to be tenacious, and not only that, be completely aware of what's going on, have those reflexes as a fox does. And and so this card paired with rebirth, it's almost it's as if we've experienced this newfound energy within ourselves, and now is the time to be resilient on that. Now is the time to stay strong in what we're doing and be aware in what is around us. And not only that, we have karmic justice as well, and this card just speaks of the energy that is put out there is energy that is returned. So any energy that you use, the type of activities, people you choose to come in contact with, surround yourself with, that's all an energetic field that is being sort of surrounding you, right? And as we go on throughout our lives, whatever that energy that we are using, that we're taking up, absorbing, and then putting back out into the world, that is the energy that we're going to receive. And that's the basic workings of karma, right? So I do see that we in general have gone through a lot. We've gone through some changes, and now is the time to stay steadfast and strong in the goals that we have set for ourselves. Now that we've gone through changes, we're not the same. And so we have different needs, different wants. We expect different things out of the people that we're with and we're around. So, with these being our basic theme, I guess you could say, I'm going to draw some tarot cards. I've got the African tarot right here. I realized I have not used this deck, and this is a beautiful deck. I did a flip through early on in my YouTube career, I guess you could say. So I'll put a link to that flip through, and then here is the Tattoo Tarot by Megamunden. So this is a pip style deck, so I won't quite be reading this like with the Rider-Waite-Smith interpretations. I'll be using more of numerology, and so just FYI. And I think this does have a few nods in the way of the Waite-Smith deck. So no big deal. So, but the African tarot, that is definite RWS. All right, so here we go. Let's see what our 3 main energies are. We've got 6 of Cups, 6 of Swords in reverse, and 3 of Swords. Water, air, and air. Okay, so I wonder how this is going to work. So I did kind of set my table up a little bit different today. I was just getting some glare and my cards were being washed out. And let me go ahead and change the spread, the view for you. There we go. Okay. Oh, that looks nice up there. Um, all right, so Six of Cups. Then we've got the Six of Swords in reverse and Three of Swords. So I do see there's some synchronicities that have been happening here. You know, 369, those are those synchronistic numbers for me. And when I see those pop up, that's just any kind of multiple of three for me is just very synchronistic. And with the Six of Swords here being in reverse, I get this feeling that we're all kind of on this new found journey of understanding who we are, knowing our ticks, I guess you could say, our what is that word I'm looking for? Oh, it'll come to me later, hopefully. But just knowing what sort of what not what drives us, but when things get on our nerves, right? We kind of know what that is. So, and we've come to a new understanding about that of ourselves. And so we're not only aware what, you know, quote unquote annoys us, but we're not allowing it to take the effect that it used to have. So we're coming at it at a new way of understanding. Okay, we're coming at it in the way that we used to deal with it. We're no longer dealing with we're no longer reacting in the way that we used to react. We're reacting in a different way. And that kind of goes along with this rebirth card, in that we've kind of redefined ourselves. We've redefined who we are and how we're going to attack the world, if you will, how we're going to approach things. And I think it's real important that we don't forget where we're coming from, and we've got to stay resilient in remembering those paths that have got us where we are now. You know, sometimes once we get to a certain level, we just sort of forget the road that we took. And so, you know, I'm not trying to say that we can be like holier than thou type situations, but it's more that when we're faced with other people that are in those certain types of situations that we used to be in, we don't give them the same empathy that we needed along our journey. So it's very important that we remember where we came from. That way, when there is someone who needs a helping hand, they can, you can be there to give some guidance. All right, so now let's check out this African tarot. So this deck was done by an artist that I follow. Her name is Victoria Iva, and she's done I have two of her deck. I think she's done three. This one and the other two that I have. But this kind of strays away from her art, which I think is interesting. So I don't know if she found her place before or after this deck, but the art she creates now is starkly different from what is portrayed in this deck. And the Guiding Light Tarot and the Black Tarot, not the True Black Tarot, the Black Tarot. The artwork is those two, they're very similar in one another, but it's very different from this African tarot. one more good shuffle here. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, so we've got the Four of Discs in reverse, the King of Wands, the Empress, the Ace of Spears, and the King of Spears. Got the two aces here. I'm sorry, the two these spears, not spheres, spears are swords. And we have them both in reverse here, but we have two kings, King of Spears, King of Wands. And so I'm looking at this Four of Discs here with this Ace of Spears and the Empress, Six of Swords, and the Six of Cups. I do see that there was like a letting go. So definitely there was a letting go of the old way that we used to operate, right? We're no longer stuck within that mode of existence. We have we've created this new well, creation's not the exact word I want to use, but it's more that we sort of have we've orchestrated this new way of being, because in the past, we've reacted a certain way, but now going forward in the future, we've seen how our past actions, how it affects us, where it has gotten us, where it has not gotten us, and we're able to course correct. So we've been able to really look at ourselves at a deep soul level and understand where we were coming from, why that happened, why we reacted that way. And with that understanding, we have sort of carved out a pathway of not falling in the same habits that we used to fall into. So basically, we've created a new pathway. So you think about water, right? A water follows the easiest way. And so what we've done is we have diverted from that path that we were so used to following, and now we've created a new path for us. And I see that happening here. We do have this Ace of Spears that's in reverse. I would have liked to see that the other way around, which means there's some clarity. But with it being in reverse, I really want to drive home that it's real important that we stay with this idea of resilience here. We need to remember, like I said, where we came from, and we need to remember the lessons that have been learned, because there's going to be there's going to be points in time that we're going to want to fall back into those old habits, those old ways of being, and the path isn't always going to be clear for us, and we just have to stay vigilant. We have to just remember that where we came from, how far we have come, and in a way we need to be vulnerable to that, right? We need to be vulnerable in understanding that we're not completely bulletproof. We're human, and we're always going to make mistakes. And sometimes the path is not necessarily going to be as clear as we would like it to be. And sometimes we're really going to want to fight against going through that new path, because the older path, that well-walked path, the worn path, is so much easier to go down, especially in the heat of the moment. It's really hard to remember your training and stay on that new path. And I believe that's what this Ace of Swords, this Ace of Spears in reverse is trying to tell us here. We do have the King of Wands here, which, it's like I said, it's going to take, it's going to keep, we're going to need to be on our toes with this. This is air of fire, right? And the King of Wands is he's very precise in what he wants to do. He takes action. He takes targeted action. Okay, and that's the energy we're going to need to come at here, um, and sort of working with this Three of Swords energy here. I'm reading this Three of Swords as the creation of a plan, right? I'm reading this Three of Swords as it's not heartbreak because we're not going with the RWS system, but I'm reading it as the creation of our minds, really coming up with this solid plan of how we're going to be moving forward. And karmic justice here, there's really no logic, I guess you could say, when dealing with karma. It's like you get what you get, right? You get that energy that was put in long ago. It's going to come back to you. And so what we really need to remember, and really going forward, is we want to break any kind of karmic cycle that we've been in. Okay, and in order to do that, it's really going to take the resilience, right, that we've learned, and it's going to take that that internal power-rest that we all power-rest, that internal power that we all have in within ourselves to stay on that path, right? And it's going to be a lot easier for us to stay on that path if we can just have that plan created and have that mental sort of action that we're going to take, that strategy. Okay, strategy, that's the word I was looking for. Now this King of Spears in reverse, now he is heir of air, and like this Ace of Spears being in reverse, he is also in reverse, and I would have liked to see this one upright as well. But what this is also telling me is that we're really going to have to be on our toes when it comes to these tests, I guess, that we're going to be put under. We're going to be put under lots of tests with this karmic justice, because we're clearing out this karmic energy that has been following us, our entire lives, or from past lives. It can be family karmic energy. Either way, we're going to be put to tests. And what I feel here is this King of Spears. It's not going to be a mental game anymore. I think we're going to really have to be thinking on our toes with this King of Wands here, and have a strategy, and it's going to be a quick thinking strategy. While we have this strategy that we're putting together in our minds, like the plan that we want to have, not everything is always going to go according to plan. So we need to have this King of Wands energy, this really quick thinker, this doer, this if we get stuck in this King of Spears energy, heir of air, we can maybe get that analysis paralysis situation going. But we need to have action and thinking. We can't be stuck in analysis paralysis. And so I think this is kind of this is like a warning for us to not get too comfortable, and just to be aware that there's going to be tests coming. There's going to be things coming up in this new year, with this newfound knowledge that we have, this new way of being, this new change that we've undergone. We're going to be tested, and that's the way to clear karma, is to pass those tests, right? So we've got to stay vigilant. Is that our card? No, it's resilience. But I think I use that word vigilance here. We've got to stay vigilant, okay, in knowing the path that we have chosen, knowing this new path that we have created for ourselves. All right, we don't want to go down that old path, the easier, the worn path. We want to forge ahead on this new path that we've created for ourselves, and that's going to clear up some of this karmic energy that's kind of been stuck and following us around for a while. And And as with anything worth doing, it's not going to be easy. But let's stay vigilant, okay? And be thinking on our toes here. So I just had the urge to pull a another oracle card, but I already did that. And as a matter of fact, we got 3 oracle cards. So all right, so that is what I have. And this spread looks really nice. I'm looking at it on the screen over here. I do have a little bit of a glare right there. That's so hard to get rid of. You know, I wonder, I'm just going to try something really quick before I turn off the video. I might make a few more videos here. Oh, look at that. Look how nice that is. You know, the lighting with this setup is just so hard. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Sometimes, and actually, I tried to get back in my windowsill and do another video, but it just, I like to be seated while I'm reading. And what was the other thing? I can't remember. I did a flip through of one of my decks, a couple of my decks, and I tried to do it in the windowsill because I didn't want to get all of this set up. So, anyhow, I do like sitting here better, but it's the lighting that kills me. I mean, I can sit here messing with the lighting for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then by then I'm all sweaty and frustrated, and I'm all so yes. So this is our reading for the year of 2024. So I hope you guys are going to bring in the new year. Is it bring in or ring in? I don't know. Well, either whatever you do, bring it or ring it. You know, I hope you guys have a good last day of 2023, and then I'll see you in 2024. Take care and have a great night. Bye. Oh, there's a thing on my screen, and there we go.